I met a bunch of MBA students recently at while I was doing a guest lecture for Liverpool University, and they told me about a project that they had to do, which was to put together a personal leadership development plan. And this really got me thinking about what's the best approach in terms of pulling together your own leadership development. How do you become the best leader you can, both personally and professionally? So how do you become a great leader? What are the key elements that you need to focus on? Well, I guess you could start with, you could start with that, you could do that, you could... The more I think about it, the more I think it probably starts with coffee. Leadership development is a journey, and to give yourself the best chance of really growing into become a great leader, I'd say it needs to have these three elements. You need to focus on leadership skills. Yeah, sounds obvious. You also should focus on your values as a leader, and you need to focus on your mindset or your mental toughness. Developing the right skills as a leader it's obviously important, but what a lot of managers do is they just focus on that kind of skill area. So they might say, right, well, I need to be good at communication, I need to be good at delegation, I need to be good at planning or financial skills, and that's all they do. They create a list of things that they think they need to be good at. Now, whereas there's nothing wrong with those, a much better approach is to think more strategically in terms of leadership skills. If we start to look at the research, Mumford et al. Show us that there are three areas in terms of leadership skills that are much more useful to focus on in a broad sense. And these are complex problem solving. So how do you understand a problem and start to unpick it so that you can start to think about what the right solutions might be? Solution construction skills. So this is about once you have that kind of like the right approach to a problem, how you implement it and how you actually make it happen. And the next one is social judgment skills. So this is about the relationships that you build up. How do you motivate and inspire people? How do you start to pick up on what people's emotions are? So emotional intelligence is part of this. My tip for this section would be to understand out of those three areas what you're good at, what you're not so good at, and use that to start to build your development activity. Secondly, we have values. And it's your values that will influence your leadership style. And this is how people will perceive you as a leader. Those managers and leaders who reflect on their values and make changes where they need to can have a dramatic impact on how people perceive them as a leader. My tip for this would be to reflect on what your values are. Maybe even ask other people what they think your values are as a leader. You might be surprised at what they say. Thirdly, we have mindset or mental toughness. Now, you ask any athlete about mindset and they'll tell you how important it is to have the right attitude and the right approach inside your mind for success. And that's the same for any great leader. I can. It's all up here. I can. The mental toughness model developed through research shows us how we can understand, measure, and start to change based on these 4 C's of mental toughness. Confidence. We can build our confidence. We can measure it and we can build it. Challenge or change. How do we deal with challenge or change? Do we deal with it positively or negatively? Control. What's our emotional control like? How do we perceive our own personal control over things that happen to us in life? Commitment. What are your personal commitment levels? Do you tend to give up after you've started something with a first failure, or do you always persevere to the end? My tip would be to learn and understand the 4 C's model of mental toughness and start using some of the useful tips that are available so that you can improve your mindset. And I'll leave some links below to some useful resources. So in summary, if you want to develop as a truly effective leader, then make sure you put some energy and effort into your skills, your values, and your mindset. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have, leave us a thumbs up or maybe even share with some of your colleagues if they would find it useful. Well, thanks for watching.